less The Simpsons. He was referring positively to some, I don't know, 50s sitcom, The Simpsons, back when it was actually subversive and not like corporate slop the way it is to get. Basically, Americans are fat and stupid and lazy, and that's why we need Indians in our company. Do they actually care about, like, you know, diversity in the workplace? No, they care about subjecting their workers to really bad working conditions where, you know, and making sure they can't leave. Okay, we're all caught up. Elon is constantly being insulted on this platform. Phenomenal stuff. As a consequence of this war, Elon has been stripping far-right accounts of their blue checkmark status. Laura Loomer was the first one to go. Laura Loomer, neo-Nazi Laura, has been beefing with Elon. She's been one of the loudest voices critiquing him basically for being like a fake white supremacist and how like he actually wants to fill the American workforce with Pajeets or whatever. The only thing Doge actually wanted to cut was Americans from America, something to that effect. We have this, the conservative OG account. All of our influencers have lost verification status, as well as our own page. There are a bunch of people associated with conservative OG. This one, the 9mm SMG, these are all like very far right accounts. The 9mm SMG posted this whole, I'm not going over this. It's basically like whingy, Elon Musk is a genius, but he can still be wrong about some things. He's not being racist enough on this. Hopefully we can change his mind. And he got his checkmark removed for it. So Elon is the free speech app, X, the everything app. Everything happens here. He's literally just yoinking blue checks from racists who criticize him. Elon has spent the past 3 years non-stop appealing to these people. It is incredibly funny to see how quickly things turn on him. Because we're dealing once more with the, I don't know if you've heard about this guy called Marx. We're dealing once more with the contradictions that arise as a consequence of class interest. Elon is a racist, but there are priorities for him that are higher than racist. Likewise, there are lots of racist farmers and racist legislators in the American South, but they understand that many of their industries rely on immigrant labor, oftentimes illegal immigrant labor, so they may pretend to be like super duper in favor of cracking down on the border, but in reality they need to structure that rhetoric and the laws built around it in a way that allows them to keep their cheap, basically slave labor. It's like that everywhere. At all times, rhetoric disingenuously employed by the upper class in order to fool morons into supporting them, when in reality they're just supporting the inflation of the, you know, upper class's wallets. Now, of course, I'm not saying any of this to defend the, you know, principled racism of the people who are mad at Elon here. They're arguably the worst of the two evils. It's just funny. You know, you take what you can get, right? So, as he's wont to do, because Elon has the self-control and emotional temperance of a live streamer, he has been beefing on Twitter Spaces through his alt account. Adrian, here, this is not the first one. This is the first one that I was going to look at. Where does it show? Adrian Dittri, whatever it's called. Adrian Dittman, there you go. That's Elon. He's got, it's his alt account. Everyone knows that it's him. It's Elon. He talks like Elon. He defends Elon. It's literally just like the alt account that Elon uses so that he can have nonstop Twitter Spaces with neo-Nazis, which is, again, literally what he does, without the news going like, oh my god, it's Elon. That's literally it. Anyway, major meltdowns. I've only seen a little bit of this. I want to experience it with you, okay? No pre-watching. I know the rules. Really, like, you know, auspicious group of people that Elon desperately tries to cater to and get accolades from, you know? Nazi, Nazi, Nazi. The rest of them probably are too. I just got a bad memory. We can just round up and say they're all Nazis, right? That's how it works. One Nazi at the dinner table.
Oh my God. Mute me. Chief, mute me if this is a problem, but I'm just going to fucking talk.
This is going to be a mess, by the way, so if you prefer me just delivering my points in a somewhat clear fashion to listening to a bunch of far-right babble over each other, then you might want to cut the video here. I know a lot of you like that slop, though.
Because this is insane. Listen, Adrian, the reason why we're concerned about the influence of Silicon Valley is because a lot of them get their thought and ideology from a guy named Curtis Yarvin, who believes that the world and countries should be ran like corporations. I'm sorry, but the United States is not a corporation.
Heaven forbid that the world be run by and in the mind of corporations, you know? It'd be crazy if we lived in that world. You know, God forbid we live in that world.
Corporation. It is a specific group of people that
I'm sorry. I'm trying not to interrupt too much, but that one quote lives rent-free in my head forever and ever. What is it? Anti-Semitism is retarded socialism or something? That's probably not the exact quote, but that's basically the gist of it. There are a bunch of like really anxious, insecure, dickless neo-Nazis out there who are fundamentally like they're grappling with some of the same anxieties that you would get from a principled revolutionary. The problem is their bigotry just keeps stepping in front of them. They undercut themselves time and time and time and time and time again. Like if this guy's really concerned about America and the world being run like a corporation, why the f you voting for the Republicans, bro? What are you doing, man? Oh yeah, that'll show them. The most pro-billionaire presidential cabinet in American history. It's the fell for it again award. Always fell for it again, fell for it again, fell for it again, over and over and over and over again. I don't understand. I thought that Donald Trump, the Wall Street real estate East Coast New York billionaire with friends who was close friends with Epstein and was also close to basically everyone else in his social class. I thought that he and his cabinet of other billionaires and Wall Street grifters would finally take America back from the grasp of the corporations. I thought international Jewry, which I use as a substitute for like the international capitalist class because I'm stupid and can't apply basic critical analysis. I thought they were principally opposed to that system they spent their entire life within and defending. Morons, man.
That came here, colonized it, developed it, and created this beautiful country that you want to call home and that so many other immigrants want to call home. I'm talking about the Indians. They have no home because their home is full of shit because it's 500 million, 1.5
That's a very
billion
racist
people.
take,
Hang on,
motherfucker. Like,
Adrian,
god damn.
I've been listening to you guys talk back and forth. It's 1.5 billion people living on top of each other.
Wow.
Of course they want to send their quote unquote best and the brightest, but the question I have for you and every other person who is advocating for this H-1B visa bullshit is why can't you teach Americans to do the exact same thing that these Indians are doing? What, is the culture not good enough? Are the people not good enough? Is the IQ not high enough? Well, then, you know what? Quite honestly, don't give up on the American people to sell them out to foreign influence. Shut the up, leave it alone. Yes, and I'm doing it because it's Indian people, because they're stinky and they're gross. And
this is what you get when you cross. This is like the principled racist versus the non-principled racist, where Elon Musk is racist, but it falls second to like another consideration. And then again, like there are people for whom they could let the entire world burn. Like again, it's illiberal racism. The liberal racist tries to come up with reasons, like scientific or logical justifications for why their racism is legitimate. Oh, IQ, skull shape, blah, blah, blah. Whereas the illiberal racist, which is what the Nazis were, rejects rational argument for their position in favor of like a mystical spiritual belief in the superiority of their people. Again, that's where you get the lowest white man is greater than the greatest black man bit, right? Like it's not rational, and they don't try to be rational. It's just you have to be irrational for that thought system to survive in your head, you know? Like they can't coexist with a rational thinking system.
I'll do it because they're Africans, because they can't even figure out how to build a bridge across a river, and I'll do it because
it's true. No black person has ever built a bridge. That's true. Fact checked by real American patriots.
They're wherever the hell in Turkey or whatever. I don't give a shit.
I'm sorry. The black people in Turkey, was that the first?
Because they're wherever the hell in Turkey or whatever.
Yeah, the black people in Turkey. Well, there are black people in Turkey. Maybe this individual is actually woker than all of us. Admit it, when he said, you know, black people can't build a bridge, you were probably thinking somewhere in Africa, right? That's because your mind is clouded. This guy understands, okay? If in another timeline, he probably said like, yeah, man, black people can't build a bridge in Dublin or something, because there are black people in Ireland. Did you know that? I knew that. He knows that.
I don't give a shit. The thing,
so you
this
just
country,
admitted
Adrian, one more point. Adrian, one more point. This country was founded by white European civilization and culture, and that's what makes it beautiful, and that's what made it strong, and that's what made it intelligent.
Mm-hmm. Famously, during the 17th century, all white European countries got along with each other. They had a single monoculture. And they all understood themselves as like a distinct group in opposition to all others. So that's definitely like that was like a historical belief system at the time.
You could say, well, the Asians have higher IQs, but you know what? The Asians built their society and they built a great one. And I would like a place that is for my people, by my people. And if there's some black there,
what have you used?
I don't want to pause all the time. We rarely get like outbursts that are this like straightforward psychologically, but can you understand how the white supremacist mindset is built fundamentally on weakness of spirit and character? I mean, like you have to have basically nothing as a person, no redeeming values, to invent these grand historical narratives where a group that has contained throughout history billions of individuals all become like one guy, basically. It's a very